Hi everyone, it's Maybelle with Love Shaped Intuition. I'm back with another reading. This reading will be a spirit animal messages reading. Pick a card. We have 8 selections to choose from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. If you haven't yet subscribed, please take a moment to subscribe. It is the most valuable support that you can provide me here on YouTube. It's free when you subscribe. Like, comment, share this video with a friend or family member. It helps the channel to grow. I really appreciate your help with that. All interactions do support the channel to grow, and you can also support my free content with a donation if you visit Buy Me a Coffee or Ko-fi.com. The links are in the description box for this video and also in the comments. I also have an Amazon wish list. It's linked in the description box and in the comments if you would like to gift a new oracle or tarot deck to the channel. And I really appreciate those, and I would love to use them in future readings. I'm also on Instagram at Love Shaped Intuition. If you would like to follow me there, I'd love to see you there as well. Okay, so I was spending some time outside today and had my notebook and a pen, and I just started, taking down messages from God Source Spirit, did a little prayer, did some meditating, and some of the birds and animals that I received visits from, channeled messages from, and have then looked through my oracle decks to find the card that kind of made me think of that spirit animal. So I've linked them here with the message and the kind of like the order of appearance. So this is selection number 1, selection number 2, selection number 3, selection number 4, selection number 5, selection number 6, selection number 7, and selection number 8. You may find that one or more of the piles resonates, and you can take some time to pause the video if you need more time to make your selection. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Okay, so if you chose pile number 1, you received the Hummingbird Spirit message, and this is a card connected to joy. 22 is the number on the card. I did see multiple hummingbirds today, but the actual interaction that I kind of am taking the message from, it was between 2 hummingbirds. Looked like one was doing a kind of like a dance to try and attract the other one, possibly a mating dance. 2s are numbers of connection between yourself and another. So anytime you have a connection or relationship, it could be friend, family, relative, love relationship. And 22 is a master number. You may be seeing repeated number 2s. 2 and 2 together makes 4, which is building something on a solid foundation, structure, stability. Okay, so the message that I got from the hummingbirds was that more effort may be needed with a partner because earlier in the morning, my daughter had seen 2 hummingbirds in the same bougainvillea bushes, kind of doing the same dance, but one was almost hiding in the bushes, and then as soon as the hummingbird that was doing the dance stopped, and kind of flew away, the other bird kind of checked to make sure the coast was clear and then took off in an opposite direction. So when I saw the hummingbirds, it seems as though they were the same hummingbirds because they went to the same area in the bougainvillea bushes, and one was in the branches, and this time when the partner was doing the dance, I assume to attract the other, it kind of it let him do the dance for a really good amount of time. It was really fun to watch. It was beautiful. And the message that I got was, I do not chase, I attract. So he also kind of like did the dance and then kind of went away. And then that time it seemed as though the one that had been kind of still and sitting on the bushes almost kind of followed in the same direction. So it's also kind of like a resilience, or more effort is needed, especially if you know the person is open to your efforts in a relationship. And again, not just accepting any kind of behavior, or not just being flattered and accepting the first the first one that shows you any kind of attention. So that is the message that I have for the hummingbird spirit today. Thank you for watching. I hope that it's been helpful. I do have other spirit animal messages and readings up on my channel if you'd like to check those out. Okay, pile number 2. If this is your selection, you received the hawk message. Now, I really don't know if this is a picture of a hawk. It may be. I know it's a bird of prey of some kind. It says taking risks. So the experience that I had with the hawk in the yard, it looked like a juvenile hawk, so a small hawk. It paused on top of the electrical poles for a long time. It was there, just paused, taking its time. The message that I got was new or different perspective may be needed. Kind of take your time to figure it out. And as soon as I wrote down the message, then it flew. So for clarity, it stayed up there just as long as it needed, and then it seemed to know what to do next and which direction to go. This card talks about seizing the day, and it does talk about kind of taking risks and doing things in a different way. So perhaps looking at things in a new or different perspective, and not taking any unnecessary risks, but really, going for what it is that you want. And perhaps you don't know that yet. So take your time, kind of pause for a moment, as long as it takes for you to find that clarity, and then you'll know what to do, and what direction you want to go, and what it is that you are looking for. All right, so that was the message for the young hawk. I thank you for watching. I hope that it was helpful. Please check out the other spirit animal messages and or other videos that I have posted up on my channel. And take care. Okay, pile number 3. If you selected pile number 3, this is your message. So the message is 7 lions. Now, there is a song. My daughter came outside while I was kind of doing this whole channeled intuitive message, and it was interesting because I had mentioned something about the animals, and then something came up about a song. Miss You is the name of the song, and it's by Seven Lions. You may wish to check it out. It is kind of like a dance electronic music song. Courage is the card that I thought about, and the message that I received was that someone, or somebody in the situation, either yourself or the person that you're thinking about, is letting ego or pride potentially get in the way. There may be a fear of rejection, although with the kind of lion Leo energy that is coming through, they may not be open to like even really realizing that, or like seeing it, self-reflecting, perhaps not allowing themselves to really accept that they have a fear of rejection. But 7 is the number of partnership, connection to long-term relationships, can be commitment, contracts, can be marriage. So there is perhaps a long-term partnership that was, or that is experiencing some kind of distance, where one or the other of you is missing the other person, and somebody needs the strength and the courage to express this. But there is some type of either fear of rejection or pride or ego getting in the way. All right, so that is the message for pile number 3. Thank you for watching. I hope that it's helpful. And there are other spirit animal messages, readings, and different kinds of videos on my channel. If you'd like to check those out, I'd love to have you, and take care. Okay, pile number 4. If you chose pile number 4, this is your message. Now, I didn't have a lizard card, so this is the only card that I kind of could recall that gave me the similar vibe. So we have dragon, power, and that's card number 11. You may be seeing 1111, repeated ones, as some type of confirmation for the message in this reading. But I saw a lizard, and it was doing like push-ups. So it was pumping itself up. I feel this is a message of self-confidence. It was pumping itself up despite no other lizards watching. So kind of like a dance, even when nobody's watching, or kind of just get like to prepare yourself, or like pump yourself up and be ready. Messages usually from the lizard that I get of being flexible or adaptable, especially if they lose their tail, they can regrow a new one. So the message that I get from this is encouragement, and you may need encouragement at this time. You maybe need to encourage someone else at this time, but pumping yourself up, and even when you're alone, kind of building your self-confidence and working on that, knowing that even though when we feel alone, we're really not. She is there kind of resting, and looks like there's a light, almost like the full moon, on her back, and the dragon is kind of watching over her. She has the power of the dragon, and so it might be a good idea to do meditations at night, affirmations that encourage you, build self-confidence, even when you feel like you don't have the energy, or you don't have that self-confidence. Perhaps something has kind of, I don't want to say broke you down, but something has kind of made you feel perhaps less than, or just energetically drained. And so encouragement, affirmations during the daytime, and meditations, energy healing, things that you can, have yourself self-conscious, I don't know, your unconscious, I guess, mind kind of do the work for you and absorb those healing aspects to kind of build you up. All right, so that is the message that I have for number 4, which was lizard. I thank you for watching, and I hope that it's been helpful. I do have other spirit animal messages, readings, and other videos up on my channel. I hope you check those out, and take care. All right, so the next selection, pile number 5. If you selected pile number 5, you have received the swallow. Now, or the swift. So I wasn't really sure what kind of bird it was, but watching them fly is so fun. It's so, just watching them swoop and dive, they're really fun to watch. I saw 3 swallows or swifts. They fly similarly to like the swallows with like the kind of pointy tails. Anyways, they were swooping and diving and dancing in the wind. And the message that I received was be independent but work together. A little bit later, 4 returned. So at first I saw 3, 4 returned. So there may be an increase in connections, in networking, working together with others. As long as you are kind of open to expressing yourself, this card talks about freedom, kind of like being open to express yourself and still have the support of this, flock and all this community, and support, like kind of standing, surrounding you. All right, so let's see. I think that's all for this one. Yes, so that's it for pile number 5. 5s are numbers of change. So you may be feeling like this is different for you, some type of freedom, maybe breaking away from the way things have usually been done or from the crowd. You can still be supported and loved despite kind of being independent. It does, I did get the message, be independent, but work together also. So that's important. All right, that is the message that I have for pile number 5 and the swallow or the swift. So I hope that that message was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. And there are many other spirit animal messages and other videos up on my channel if you'd like to take a look. And I would love to have you stick around and subscribe. Take care. Okay, pile number 6. If you selected pile number 6, this is your reading. Okay, so I didn't right off the bat pick a card. Like when I was outside, for most of the other messages, it was kind of like, oh, I see that card in my mind, and that's the card that I wanted to kind of put together with that pile. I saw starlings, and there was 2 starlings eating on the top of my neighbor's house on the roof. And then after that, they were flying to other nearby rooftops. These birds, starlings, they have a bad reputation. They just are disliked. I don't know why. They are black, and they're called starlings because they look like they have little white speckles, like stars, on them. And I used to watch them a lot. Like my mom had a fountain, and she used to watch them like take baths. We used to watch them bathe in. They would take over the bath. They would do that. So I will say that it was like they would come in like droves or like in flocks, just a lot of them, and they would come and like kind of take over the fountain. So I have also watched them on like live webcams where there are bird feeders, and a lot of people, they say that they're invasive and they make a lot of noise or mess, and so I guess they're just not very welcome. So I didn't see or notice them doing anything in particularly like, wrong. They were just eating, kind of minding their own business, but they were, going from roof to roof. So what the message that I got was they might just have a bad reputation and a feeling of not belonging, but to rely on like there's the support from their soul tribe. So to call in like people that are like-minded, that you resonate with, people that you know that you can trust and that can support you. And regardless of them having a bad reputation or, being frowned upon, not letting that hold them back. And there was a sense of like neighborhood or like community because they were kind of flying from like roof to roof. Now it does say fear here. They might just be feared. And oh, how interesting. So I can't remember which pile just had. Okay, pile number 4 also had an 11 on their card. So you may be seeing repeated 11s or repeated 1s. Fear, they might just be feared. What people don't know or don't understand a lot of times is just fear. You may be fearing that people are looking at you in a negative light, and that might just be, like unwarranted, unnecessary fear also. So just call in, try and call in people that are like-minded, people that, might have, I guess, similar interests and things like that, so that you don't feel left out or not part of your community. So you can find that support. All right, so that is what I have for the starlings, and that was pile number 6. Thank you for watching. I hope that it's been helpful. I do have other spirit animal messages and other videos up on my channel. If you'd like to take a look, I would love to have you subscribe and return, and take care. Okay, so pile number 7. If you selected pile number 7, this is your reading. Now, it does say friendship, and it said fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. You may want to watch pile number 6 just because they had a similar message. And this bird here, and I don't even know if you can see it, this card was the card that reminded me of the mockingbirds. We do have a lot of mockingbirds. We see them, often, daily. And this time today, the experience that I had with them, they were doing like a guarding, like dance. So it's a territorial dance where they kind of are keeping each other in check, like, stay away from my nest, or stay away from my territory, stay away from my area. And it was two mockingbirds, and they were doing this to each other. So the message that I got from this was to protect your energy and don't allow anyone to affect or take away your joy. Since they're mockingbirds, sometimes they copy the sounds of other birds, but they have beautiful singing, and so don't allow anyone to take away your joy. Protect your energy. This may be that we all, need friends and like a community to help support, and they might have been being a little bit too guarded, or maybe they need to guard their energy. And you will know if this is resonating for you in your situation. If you have been guarded and kind of shutting people out, then perhaps calling in, or setting those guards down a little bit, with still having boundaries in place, but allowing friends and connections But then also, if it feels as though, friends are perhaps kind of treading on, your toes a little bit, then maybe it's time to protect your energy a little bit better and have some boundaries. All right, so this is probably not a mockingbird on here. It might be like a blue jay, or I'm not quite sure. But when a lot of times I'll get these cards, and like they've literally, this fairy deck has a card that says go outside, and sometimes I'll get the go outside card and I'll get this, and I've literally seen the bird, come to the backyard right at the moment that I pull the card. So I know that it's a sign and it's a message from God's Source Spirit, and very synchronistic. So doesn't matter like what exact type of bird, it's just they remind me of our mockingbirds here. So that is the message for the mockingbird. And thank you for watching. So that was pile number 7. I hope that you found it helpful. Please check out the other readings that I have, spirit animal messages and other videos if you would like. And take care. Okay, selection number 8. Pile number 8, if you chose 8 as your selection, this is your reading. So, pile number 8. These are the other cards that I was looking at to potentially match up to some of these messages. So there may be more than one of these messages that resonate with you. This card is birds are messengers we use to connect with you. 4, consciousness. 4 is a number of building something on a solid foundation, structure and stability, and great gratitude. She is surrounded by all these birds, so you may be receiving many messages from birds, but there's some type of resistance here. And 25 is the number on the card. 2s are numbers of connection. Anytime you have yourself and another, it could be friend, family, love relationship, partnership. 5 is a number of change. It's also a number of competition and challenge. And 2 and 5 together is 7, which is a number of connection, connectedness, spirituality, and also long-term partnerships, contracts, relationships, can be commitments, and marriage. The last card is nature signs. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and minds. So have you been receiving multiple messages? Oh, look, we have number 6. Okay, so 6 is a number of the Lover's card in the tarot, which can represent Gemini, a head over heart or heart over mind decision. It can be seeking balance in an unbalanced situation, and it can also be a return to better health. So we have 4, 5, 6, and when you add the 2 and 5 together, we have 7. So that is definitely forward movement, progression, and this was pile number 8. So there's some type of resistance to moving forward, whether it be you're receiving some type of messages, signs, symbols, synchronicities, but maybe you're not hearing them. This could be having to do something with a partnership or relationship. The more gratitude, the more gratitude, the simple kind of small blessings, perhaps someone's grateful for you or giving you support, and you're trying to do everything yourself, resisting their support, resisting help. You can't accept the help if you are having your fists and your hands closed like that. But birds are messengers we use to connect with you. So you are receiving signs, and nature signs is also, a similar message there. So be grateful that you are, receiving those messages. Open your hands to receive them. The other symbols that I see in this card here is there's a ladybug, there's a hummingbird. I think this is a hawk. This might be a dove or a pigeon. And this one here is like a white and black bird. So I don't know if it's like an albatross or a seagull. And I think there's like a yellow ladybug down here. All right. So yeah, what I'm getting is, trust your intuition. Don't just listen to my interpretation or my intuition and what it's saying. When you receive a sign from nature, look at what they are doing. Try and see what that makes you feel. A lot of times, we read like an article about nature signs and what it's supposed to mean. Well, but what is it supposed to mean for you? And you may be resistant, like you may hear the message, like you may know, but you're like, I'm not sure. Let me see what someone else says about it. Start trusting your intuition more, because they are sending you messages through nature signs. All right, so that is what I have for pile number 8. I hope that it's been helpful. And if you would like to check out the rest of my spirit animal messages and other videos that I have up on my channel, I would love for you to stick around and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Take care. That brings us to the completion of this pick a card reading for the spirit animals that wanted to send messages today. I hope that it's been helpful. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and I'd love to see you back here again soon. If you'd like to support my free content with a donation, please visit Buy Me a Coffee or Ko-fi.com. And I also have an Amazon wish list. Those links are in the comment box as well as in the description below the video. Take care, everybody. Tomorrow is Easter, so happy Easter if you celebrate. This is a timeless reading, so it is for whenever you see it. All right, take care.